What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray, and I'm bringing you another CHH today. And guys, before I get started, if you haven't checked out my podcast, click the link below. Go ahead and get you some of that. Week 13 down. This Friday coming up, week 14. We grind around here, y'all. But back to what I wanted to say, and you guys, this has been happening. I want the Christian hip hop fan base to understand that this is going to be the new wave in Christian hip hop, because we are a kind of a sub-genre of hip hop, and a lot of things that happens in hip hop trickles down to Christian hip hop. Whether you like it or not, it's irrelevant. But if you haven't heard, Nicki Minaj is mad because she does not have the #1 album in the country. She has #2 album, but the fact is that she dropped the album Queen, and Queen sold 190,000 units first week. Now in hip hop, the first week sales is huge. You know, we look at first week like dog. Like if you have a big first week sales number, it projects the way the album is received in the market, even though that there's more than just 1 week in the selling calendar. We focus more on the first week, and that's what music generally focus on, first week sales. But here's what's the finessing is happening, and if you don't know what finessing is, it's trying to game the system so that you can come on top. Woo! I'm killing it right now. But anyway, so here's the thing. Nicki and Travis Scott is doing this as well. Travis Scott, a few months ago, wanted his album sales to go up, because if you think about it, these albums haven't really been selling a whole lot. 50,000 here, 80,000 there. Lecrae, to go #1, I think when he did Anomaly, he sold 72,000 records, which typically that is not a #1 album as far as sales wise. But hey, in this day and time in streaming, you know, you can be streamed 1,000,000 times but only get like 1,000 sales. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it funky. So a lot of these artists and a lot of these record labels are trying to find ways to game the system, but also get their numbers up so that way it doesn't look pretty sad. So here's what they're starting to do, okay? And that's why I say this, and I always say the CDs will never be obsolete, because you need something tangible to hold on to. And these labels are pairing up merch, tours, and different things, but those are the two main things that record labels are doing to kind of gain the system. Like, hey, you buy a t-shirt, you get an automatic digital download, which can be redeemable or not, because Travis Scott, you didn't have to redeem it, it came in the bundle. With Nicki Minaj, you got her tour, basically a ticket to the tour, you got a code that you had to go and redeem the album. And with that situation, it was a little tricky, because if you had 500,000 people that brought a ticket to your show, only 20% of those people are actually going to redeem the actual album, because let's face it, they're streaming the album, they're doing all the different things for the album. They don't necessarily want to download the album. I don't like downloading music because it clogs up my computer space. I have to download MP3s to do my podcast, but other than that, I am not a big download fan, unless I'm a big fan of your music. But let's keep it going. And Nicki Minaj was mad because she felt as though that her album should have sold more. But again, you're #2 in the country, and I know you're like, Lucky, what does that have to do with Christian hip hop? I'm glad you asked that question, because I'm about to explain to you right now why it matters. Point #1, we do not sell as many units as our mainstream counterparts, period. Our success is going top 10, top 15, top 20, or going on to the iTunes charts and screenshotting that and was like, hey, look, guess what, me and my team, guess what God did? I am number 59 on the hip hop charts of the iTunes charts. Praise God. But if you don't look into that, that person is probably #1 for a few hours until they refresh the iTunes charts, and they're nowhere to be found. And then if you look a week later to see if they made the Billboard charts, which for me, iTunes is great. That is a great accomplishment. But if you're not on the Billboard charts, you're not really doing a whole lot as far as sales. Now, don't get me wrong. If an artist sold 3,000 to 4,000 copies as an independent artist, that is successful. I don't care what it is. But I wish that in Christian hip hop we would stop channeling, hey, I did this on iTunes, or these metrics that look great, or I have 1 million streams on Spotify. 1 million streams is not a million plays. It's not 1 million plays on radio. It doesn't equate quite the same, and it's not 1 million sales. It's 1 million streams. It's a great number, don't get me wrong. I'm not doing 1 million streams, so I'm not hating. But at the same time, it's like, look, we have to raise the bar a little bit more. So what are you gonna start seeing is our favorite Christian hip hop artists, and I'm doing this as well, pairing my album with something that I can start getting more sales, or get my music out there. I know for me, my next project, I'm giving it away pretty much, locally. I'm putting it on gas stations, I'm handing them out. If you want the CD, take it. But I am going to have a deluxe special that's going to be paired up with a DVD of the behind the scenes of my new album. So a lot of artists is trying to figure out how to get more sales, and it started to affect the mainstream. It's going to trickle down to the Christian hip hop. So if Lecrae and the Mini KB or somebody like, hey, buy this shirt, you get an album. Hey, if it's $20, I'm gonna buy the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get an album too, Hip Hop Parade. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. So I just want you guys to understand that, hey, the numbers are not adding up, and there's some things that Spotify's doing that doesn't make any sense. So this whole streaming platform may blow up in our Facebook right at this current time. This is the way music is being consumed, and artists is hurting by that. If the mainstream artists have to sell a shirt, which they never had to do, they never had to sell a shirt, and you get a digital copy anyway. But that's the smart thing, because with the digital copy, once you put it out there, there's no cost of printing it. It's already done. You're probably gonna make that from physical CD sales. So I see where they're going at. Christian hip hop artists, that's probably gonna be the trend that we're gonna do. And I need your information. I need to know where you stand at this particular issue right now. Do you think that Nicki Minaj has something to complain about because she's the #2 album in the country? Do you think that this is a trend that should work? Comment below if you think that, hey, if my artist come out with a record, even if I buy the shirt and the package, I'm gonna buy the physical copy. Please comment below. And if you got a topic that you want your boy to talk about, because Christian hip hop right now is a little drop, and I gotta come out with topics off the top of my head. If you got something I want to talk about, please hit me up at the comments below, or hit me up on Twitter. I am Lucky Murray, or Facebook, or wherever you see to follow me at down there. Just hit me up, and I will talk about whatever you guys want me to talk about, because that's what I'm here for. So again, it has been the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, and please don't forget all three. Lucky Murray, and I'm back with another CHH Today. Woo! I'm on the road right now, guys. Spotify, Apple Music, it doesn't really matter. Artists are trying to find new ways to make revenue, and Christian hip hop artists, we're gonna be doing the same thing in the next 6 months. Until next time, people.